Hello and welcome everyone. Hope you are doing great. In this video, we're going to try to work on a structural project in order to understand its modeling process a bit more. So first off, I'm going to enter the structural template, and then inside one of these views, I'm going to start setting the levels. For example, let's say this level would be the foundation, the bottom of foundation level, and for its elevation code, I'm going to go with -800. Well, let's say this is the concrete layer, so give me -900. Then -800 for this one. So this would be the bottom of foundation level. Then I need some more levels, structural levels actually. Obviously the first level would be the base, the 0 level. Then next up would be 3600. After that, 7200. Next one, 10800. After that, 14400. The next level set in 18,000 and 21,600, and at the end 25,000. Right, we got the levels. Now select them all, right click and maximize. Now let's try working on a good symbol for the levels. For that, from insert and load family, I need to find and enter the annotations folder. Here, give me metric level head triangle spot. Now select one of the levels, and from edit type, select the symbol. Let's try naming the level starting from the bottom one, which will be lean concrete. Then the next level would be BOF, as in the bottom of foundation. Then we have the TOF level, or the top of foundation. Okay, moving on to the next level. What's this? Oh, I need to modify this. Should be 18,000. All right, this is correct now. Next level would be this, ST-L1. Next up, L2, L3, L4, and well, basically, just need to continue going on like this all the way to the last level, which will be STL7. Now, to sort everything correctly here, I'm going to enter Browser Organization, select Discipline, Edit. Then from Sorting and Grouping, down here, I'm going to set the sort by on associated level. And this way, the levels would be sorted based on their elevation codes. Okay. Now, I need to enter the TOF level. And then I need to start setting the required axis. For that, I can use grids up here. Now I'm going to set the first axis and use pick line for setting the rest of them. Well, I mean, more precisely, I can specify the offsets based on the elevation codes and set the rest of the axis. For example, the offset for the next axis would be 48,200. Next one would be 5,600. And then 5,500. All right, now for the vertical ones, again, first one, 0. Calling this one A. Next up, I need 6320. And then 3330. Right, overall, we got these axes now. And well, basically, now that we got them, we can start setting the columns on them. So obviously, first I need to select column here. Then from the type selector, I need to select the type that I want to work with. Let's say this one. Now, I'm gonna set this on height, then up to the first level. Now add grid, click drag, and done. However, I need to remove these ones, I guess. Finish. All right, so we got the columns here too. And as I said, I need to remove this one. Now, let's enter the next level. Well, actually, give me the 3D view first. We got the columns. Yeah. As I said, let's enter the first level. The next item that I need here would be some beams. So, select it from up here. Then exactly like before, from the type selector, select the type. And then let's use on grid once again. Click drag and done. Finish. Now we need to have these in the next levels as well. So let me enter one of these views. Which one is better? The self view. Yeah. Now select this, get a copy, paste, align to selected level, and the levels that I want. Okay, pardon me for a second. Let me modify this real quick. I have two L1s here. L2. Great. Back to our own work now. The levels that I want would be levels 2 to 6. There we go. As you can see, we got all these columns and beams in all of our levels. Okay, so far so good. Now, I'm going to set this on shaded, set the display mode on shaded, and go to the TOF level. Then here, I'm going to select slab and start sketching something right here. All right, this should be a straight line. Let me try to make it so then. Okay, good. Now, as for the required distances, for example, here I need 650. Then, down here, based on the axis or from the axis, 510. Then from this axis, 1000 millimeters. And then here I need 400. All right, guess this is done. Finish. Now, entering 3D, select this. Then from edit type, give me a duplicate. Let's call this foundation 800 millimeters. 800 for the thickness. Let's check this in our plan view. Great. Underneath this, we need a concrete layer, more precisely the lean concrete. So what I'm going to do would be selecting this and then copying it, then paste it on the BOF level. Now, give me a duplicate. Lean concrete. Thickness, 100 millimeters. And guys, we also need like 10 cm of protrusion for this from all sides. So I'm going to select this whole thing and set this on -100. Finish. And now we got the lean concrete layer as well. Next up, we need to start working on the beam system. So for that, I'm going to enter the, the north view first, and then the first level. Now, select beam system here, and then for the type, I'm going to go with, let's see what we have. This one, type 4. Fixed up distance and spacing on maybe 5 or 600. And then for actually setting them, I'm going to use automatic beam system up here. See? Like this. It is quite simple, guys. Just make sure that you're setting them within the correct course. Okay, now I'm going to select beam here for a second and try adding a beam right at this point for creating some sort of a protrusion. And well, now that we added this beam here, we obviously need to set a beam system for it as well. And you know how. All right, great. Now, Let's say we actually need some T-beams here as well. So let's just select one first. And then we can start adding them to our model. Example, first one. And the second one here. Okay, now we need some more. And these parts. Good. Now, entering 3D. Let me do a quick checking. Yeah, everything seems fine. Back to our level. Okay, so here we can, another thing that we can control here would be the junction. For example, I'm gonna go with center. And then also we can set this on clear spacing with 600 as the spacing. A little bit less, so like 550. Right, then next up we can start setting the floors, guys. And what we have here, this is the stir box, guys. Up here we got the stir box, so I'm not gonna set anything in it for now. All right, anyway, floors. Up here I'm gonna select structural floors. And then, well, you know the drill, guys. Select the type and get to the sketching. For example, something like this. Finish. Create similar. So another here. Finish. Create similar again. A rectangular sketch for this part. By the way, guys, we could have actually set the floor entirely, like, let me put it in this way. We could have set the entire floor all at once. But when we do this, I mean, by setting the floors for all the areas separately, this whole process, the whole flooring process will be done more accurately. Anyway, one more time, create similar. Another rectangular sketch. And finish. Now let's check the result in 3D. Yeah, everything seems fine. Entering one of these views again, and try selecting this part, and using filters, give me everything except for the structural framing. Okay. Now everything is selected. Get a copy. Then paste. Align to selected levels, which will be levels 3 to 6. As you can see, I didn't include the second level because I want to show you, here we go, this is done by the way, because I want to show you that you're still able to apply modifications afterwards. I mean, I can just easily select the second level. And well, I'm sure you already know this, guys, but this is not the end of it. You can always select these floors separately and apply further modifications on them. Now, next up, I'm going to enter the TOF level, and I need some dimensions. So from the annotation tab, I select dimension. And then as for the type, from the type select, I'm going to select 100th. And then we can start, basically we can start setting all the dimensions based on the standards that we have in mind. Okay. And let me move these symbols outwards a bit. And then maybe moving these top ones as well. All right, good. Now, entering L1, detail level on fine, scale is good. All right, good. Now, I'm going to enter the level in which I actually set the dimensions. Then browser organization. Well, I'm actually just trying to make sure that the sort by is set on associated level, which is the case. Alright guys, anyway, the next step is quite simple. Just get a copy, select the dimension lines, get a copy of them and paste them into the next levels. Well, doing this a bit differently though this time. I need to align this to the current view. And then I can just use align to selected view from levels 3 to 7. Now, once again, entering the second level, and then from modify, paste the level lines, dimension lines here as well. Right, everyone, in the next step, I'm going to enter the L1 level, and then show crop region. Basically, specify the boundary here. After you're done, turn it off. Okay, now I'm going to select this from the project browser, right click, and then select Create View Template. Let's call this STR Plan. Okay, and now we can apply this newly created view template on all of our levels from 1 to 7, guys. And now we'll get the same visual settings such as detail level, scale, and so on. Right, now next up, maybe adding some sections, for example, building sections. Let me select it from the type selector. And then let's, for example, set one right here. Okay, now enter it. And yeah, basically we got this section here now, and we can apply some settings here as well. Back to the plan now. Another thing that we can add here would be the tags, guys. As an example, I'm going to try selecting all the main frames and the entire project. All right. Next up, I'm going to enter the annotation tab. Then we got BIM annotations. Then here I need to go with all selected. Then here we can select the symbols I want. You know what? I'm just going to set this on none because I only want the tag to be set in the middle. Yeah, basically we'll get the tags and we can do the same in all the other levels. Next up, let's work on the sheets. And by that, I mean, let's create a new sheet here and then start adding the views inside it. Let me just check this real quick. This is the BOF level. Don't need this. So back here, remove. And then I need to enter the TOF level, guys, to specify the exact crop region boundary that I need. All right, now turn it off. Fine. And back to the sheet. Should be right now. Let me see. Yeah, good. Just going to set it right in the corner. Now set the title. Then I'm going to move the first level inside the sheet. Open up edit type. And in here, just set up. We'll select a title to use. All right, now for the next level. Well, actually, we need to adjust the crop region for all the other levels. So from view, I'm going to use graphical column schedules. Automatically, we'll get all the column types here. Give me a new sheet. Then right after, from the project browser and more specifically from the schedule segment, I'm going to select and drag this schedule inside this new sheet. Here we go. Next up, give me schedule quantities for structural columns. And as for the required parameters, give me type, then the base level, the top level, and volume. Okay, enough. Now I'm going to set the sort by here on the base level. All right, this looks fine, but to make this even better, I'm going to go ahead and activate break line. And then also maybe deactivating itemize every instance. And then give me calculation total. Basically, I'm just trying to enhance the schedule, guys. Yeah, nothing too difficult or crazy. After we're done, back to the sheet and set the schedule inside of it. Alright guys, so to put this whole thing simply, these were all the required steps, all the rudimentary and required steps for starting the modeling process for a structural project. Now guys, I know this was just a simple example, but it doesn't change the fact that these would basically be the steps, the required steps for working on a structural project. I mean, even for managing one or coordinating one. Or you might even be able to complete a project, a simple one though. Okay guys, hope you all enjoyed everything. See you all next time. Good luck.